All right, we'll call the Finance Committee meeting to order. Everybody have a chance to take a look at the minutes?
Move to approve.
Second.
Got a motion second to approve. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Oh. Mike? Oh, he's not.
Oh, that was Joy.
That was Joy.
Okay, motion's approved. Let's see, approved claims in the amount of $536,838.51.
Move to approve.
Second.
Got a motion second to approve. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Motion's approved. Echo. New pumper truck proposal.
Yeah, good evening. Yeah, this is something we had talked about last year in capital. We finally were able to get some pricing back in the contract proposal. We went the route of the Sourcewell consortium purchasing. Again, this gives us an advantage over going to bid. This is state pricing factory direct. Probably saving between 15 and 17% off list price, what we would be if we went to bid. I've had a history with this company. In my previous employment, they build a very high quality fire truck. They take a lot of measures to prevent the corrosion side of things. We're putting a lot of stainless steel on it, galvanizing the frames, obviously, which we have an issue with now. And I guess the other key point is it's kind of a local employer. They're literally 35 miles up the road in Osceola. And if we need service work, it's close. So looking for recommendation to approve the purchase of that fire engine.
Move to approve.
I'll second. Where did we buy the last one?
Rosenbauer, which is in Minnesota.
Yep.
The unfortunate thing is they're a European-owned company now.
Okay.
So if that means anything, but this is a local proprietor
Yeah.
company, so.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep.
All right, we've got a motion, a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's approved.
Thank you.
Thanks, Chief. The 2023-2024 CIP funding approval of resolution number 7-23, initial resolution of the City of Hudson, Wisconsin, relating to the issuance of general obligation street improvement bonds in the amount of not to exceed $4,310,000 for the 2023-2024 street improvement program. Resolution number 8-23, initial resolution of the City of Hudson, Wisconsin, relating to the issuance of general obligation park improvement bonds in the amount not to exceed $460,000 for the 2023-2024 park improvement program. Resolution number 9-23, resolution providing for the issuance and sale of general obligation corporate purpose bonds, Series 2023A of the City of Hudson, Wisconsin. Resolution number 10-23, resolution providing for the issuance and sale of general obligation promissory notes, Series 2023B of the City of Hudson, Wisconsin.
So we will have representatives of Elders here. They're not here yet. So my guess would be is maybe they're just planning on coming for the regular council meeting to do their presentation on this. But basically, as talked about in the memo, this starts the process for the bonding for the 2023-2024 CIP. So this will cover everything that's in the CIP for 23-24 except for the proposed Public Works facility. If you remember when we talked about this initially, we need to stay under $10 million a year in bonding to maintain the bank qualified rates, which gives us much better interest rates. So we split. Usually we do bonding every 2 years, but this time, because of the large cost for the Public Works facility, we're going to do two separate bond issues, one this year and then one next year for the Public Works facility. Basically, the timing right now for the Public Works facility is we'll be going out to bid late summer, early fall. So we should know prices, later this year. Basically, we'll know for sure the actual bid prices for the Public Works facility. If it comes in with what the council feels comfortable with, what we have in the CIP right now, we would then go ahead and move forward with that project. And then in early 2024, we'd actually do the bonding for that project then as a kind of a separate bond. So what this one does is basically covers everything else in that CIP besides that that facility. And like I said, for the regular council meeting, I think Ellers will give a little bit more of a detailed presentation on the bonding, the process, things like that.
I have a quick question, and we can hold this over for full council, but I'm pretty concerned, and if you drive around the city right now, there are bad potholes. And I don't know if this is the right time to take a pause, and I don't want to hold up getting the money, obviously, but are we gonna have enough money even just to fill these potholes that are destroying our streets right now? Is Miraz here?
Nope, Mike's on vacation.
It's bad. It's the baddest I've seen in a long while.
Can I
don't know
speak?
if
Can you
this
hear
is
me?
The point to do this.
Can you hear
or
me?
not.
Oh, yep, Joy,
Yeah.
So my question is directed to you, not anybody else.
Yep. Yeah, so, I think it's something we can definitely look at within the funding, but we do have in this funding, money for the various street improvements, including the general street maintenance. And if you remember, this is the first year of us upping our street maintenance amount to that $2 million. So we do have a lot more money in here than we have in past years. So I think that we will have enough. I mean, it's a very bad pothole year. It's not us, it's everywhere. I think there's contests in some places to, name the pothole. They're so big in locations because it's been crazy. So I do feel confident that we have the money in this CIP to be able to address it. But, I think it's one of those things where as we get the crews out there and start doing the spray patching and things like that, we'll maybe have to identify, and it may end up getting looked at again if we need to maybe reallocate a little bit of this funds.
Okay. And understanding, I'm playing a little bit of devil's advocate, understanding we do need a public works facility. But is that where we need to be spending the money right now?
Yep. And so the part of that is that because of the timing, we didn't want to assume we're doing that project. So we're not bonding for that project
No.
first. We're delaying it till we get the bids in. Once we know for sure that the council feels comfortable with the amount for that project and using the money for that, then we'll go ahead and do those bonds next year.
Yeah.
So that is a conversation that still can be had, as we see the bids come in and determine if it's something the council feels comfortable moving forward with still.
Okay, 'cause
So we're
I
not
just
committing
think-
anything to it yet.
I just think our infrastructure, in particular the roads right now, are really need to be our focus as we move forward too. And I'm not saying no to a public works facility or police facility at this point yet, but we really need to focus a little tighter on these roads right now. So, just my opinion.
I'm sorry, did we?
Would it be okay if I comment now? Sorry to interrupt
Yeah,
you
go ahead.
before, Randy.
Go ahead.
Can you hear me? I just wanted to double check if you can hear.
Yes, go
Yes, we
ahead.
can.
Okay, thank you. It is true, potholes are looking very difficult right now, and I don't know if any of you heard, the mayor of St. Paul actually put out a sort of public service announcement to watch out, don't lose women and children or small dogs in the potholes. I'm making a joke of it, but actually, yes, it's a very bad year. I don't know if it's just the cycle, the freeze-thaw cycle, the temperatures. But yes, the streets look bad. We have discussed it a little bit in Public Works. Our director, Mike Miraz, had commented that actually this will be a useful time of year when we're planning to have our general infrastructure special meeting, hopefully in the next month or so, that we can really, it's a good time to highlight it because our streets look about the worst that they can be here in late winter, early spring. And so we need to address it, absolutely. I hope that that we can work towards setting a time for that meeting sometime soon. I know we're working on various components to pull together so that it's a useful and productive meeting. But that's all the only comment. Thank you for your time.
Okay. Thanks, Joy. We need a motion.
Move the carryover 2-4 for full council, or do you want approval? on
I'd
it
say probably full council without a...
Without recommendation?
No.
I'll second that.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Motion's approved. I don't have anything for future agendas. Anybody?
Yeah, I would like to request that the funding and the whole project for Higgins Street Bridge and the 11th Street Bridge be at our next finance meeting.
Okay.
So we can look at that in detail and flush that out.
Okay. Anybody else?
Move to adjourn.
Second?
Got a motion second to adjourn. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Motion's approved. We stand adjourned. Thanks, everybody.